Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Lately, I've been seriously wondering, is it actually possible to rescue ourselves from this endless subscription fatigue? I'm sure you've noticed it too, right? Our digital lives are just completely scattered across a dozen different cloud platforms. We're paying these monthly fees for storage, media, password management, messaging, and we're handing over our most private data while we're at it. So today, we're diving into a really powerful countermovement, sovereign computing. We're going to uncover how running a private server at home has evolved from this deeply technical, pull-your-hair-out weekend project into a totally seamless plug-and-play reality for 2026.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the big tech trap. Then, enter the home server. After that, we'll cover Bitcoin, AI, and apps, and finally, wrap up with choosing your node hardware. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Big Tech Trap. $1.3 billion. Seriously, just think about that number for a second. That is the record-breaking fine Meta actually received under the GDPR just for transferring Facebook user data to US servers without consent. When massive companies are willing to risk billion-dollar fines just to shuffle your data around, well, it really highlights the incredible hidden value of your digital life. You see, most people assume the cloud is just, a digital storage locker. But in reality, cloud platforms are massive data businesses. Your files, your search history, your metadata, you are the product. And that proves exactly why where your data lives is absolutely crucial.
So, the hidden reality here is how those so-called free cloud tiers inevitably trap us into a lifetime of rising subscription costs, all while selling off our digital behavioral data. The global digital advertising industry is literally a trillion-dollar machine, and it's fed by our daily actions. But beyond the whole privacy aspect, there's a serious financial drain going on. CloudWords research actually points out that the average US household spends about $61 a month just on video streaming. Throw in cloud storage like Google One, maybe a VPN, password managers, backups, and families are easily shelling out $80 to $100 every single month. They reel you in with a free tier to get you locked in, and bam, the prices just keep creeping up.
Moving on to Section 2. Enter the home server.
So, what exactly is a home server anyway? Well, to put it simply, it's essentially your own private cloud. Except, it's actually private, and it sits right there on your very own network. Instead of trusting big tech, you're hosting your data on a physical piece of hardware that you actually control. You get to decide who has access, what gets logged, when updates happen, the whole shebang. It completely replaces those services you've been renting and puts you firmly back in the driver's seat of your own digital life.
Now, you might be thinking this sounds incredibly complicated, but setting up a 2026 model like the Start9 Server One is surprisingly simple. You don't need any command line skills anymore. Not at all. Back in the day, self-hosting basically required a degree in computer science. You had to configure Docker containers, manage reverse proxies, figure out network security manually. It was a lot, but not anymore. With modern operating systems like StartOS, you literally just plug the server into your router, open up a web browser, and follow a guided setup. The whole thing takes less than 30 minutes. It's a real game changer.
Of course, if you're the kind of person who loves troubleshooting networking issues all weekend, going the DIY route on an old PC or a Raspberry Pi is totally valid. More power to you. But for the rest of us who just want the privacy benefits immediately without the massive headache, this plug-and-play route is absolutely revolutionary. It comes with warranties, expert support, and an interface that genuinely feels as simple as installing an app on your phone. It completely eliminates that huge intimidation factor of self-hosting.
Which brings us to Section 3, Bitcoin, AI, and apps. There's this fantastic quote from Matt Howard over at Solo Satoshi. He notes that running your own node is the difference between trusting someone else to verify your Bitcoin and verifying it yourself. And honestly, that perfectly hits the nail on the head when it comes to true digital sovereignty in the Bitcoin space. Right now, there are around 24,500 reachable Bitcoin nodes worldwide. When you use a standard crypto wallet, you're usually trusting someone else's server to tell you your balance and broadcast your transactions. But by running your own node right on your home server, your wallet talks directly to the Bitcoin network. Nobody can censor your transactions. Nobody can spy on your addresses. You are actually participating in the consensus of the network.
And when you set up the ultimate sovereign mining stack, some seriously incredible things become possible. Get this. In late 2025, a home miner using a setup exactly like this hit block number 920,440 completely fee-free. No way, right? By running Bitcoin Core alongside a self-hosted public pool app, you can point a home miner, something like a BitAxe or a NerdAxe++, directly at your own server. You aren't paying any pool fees whatsoever. And because this person was self-hosting, they kept the entire block reward.
At the time, that was valued at roughly $347,000. They literally paid off their house.
But it's not just about Bitcoin. You can use this to completely ditch those pesky monthly subscriptions. Just imagine having your own private Google Drive by using Nextcloud, which syncs your files and even automatically backs up your phone's photos. Or running Vault Warden to give your whole family a highly secure password manager. And then there's Jellyfin. It acts as your own personal streaming service, organizing all your movies and music. No subscription fees and definitely no algorithm forcing you to watch whatever it is they want you to watch next.
And here's where it gets really futuristic. It is amazing to realize that you can chat, code, and summarize documents with absolute 100% privacy, keeping all your personal data far away from big tech AI training models. Thanks to apps like Ollama and OpenClaw that are right there in these server marketplaces, you can run powerful large language models right on your local processor. So when you ask this AI a question, your prompt literally never leaves your house. It's never reviewed by some human trainer, and it's never used to train the next generation of corporate AI. For sure, it's the ultimate privacy tool for the AI era.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 4, choosing your node hardware. So, when we evaluate the two heavyweights in this space, looking at the data, we see Umbrel takes the win for price and network variety, while Start9 wins on open source purity and extended warranty. Umbrel Home is priced super aggressively at $549 and supports all Bitcoin networks, which developers absolutely love. However, the Umbrel OS code uses a polyform non-commercial license, so it's technically not fully open source. On the flip side, Start9 Server One costs $899, but its StartOS software is true free and open source software under the MIT license. Plus, they back their hardware with a solid 2-year warranty.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, ultimately, Umbrel is fantastic for ease of use and app breadth, while Start9 is the clear choice for the privacy maximalists out there who demand strict on-device security. Umbrel boasts a massive ecosystem. We're talking over 200 apps, and it even includes Tailscale built in, making it ridiculously easy to access your server when you're on the go. Start9, on the other hand, leans heavily into the security side of things. They offer default SSL encryption right on your local network, automated health checks for all your running services, and lifetime technical support. Both are honestly fantastic options. Your choice just really comes down to your personal priorities when balancing price against uncompromising security.
Now, a quick heads up, if you do decide to go the Start9 route, you really got to ensure you're getting the upgraded 2026 model with the AMD Ryzen 7 6800H processor. That 27% jump in multi-threaded speed is absolutely vital. You see, there are some older models still floating around on clearance or through certain resellers that use the older 5825U processor and slower DDR4 RAM. But that processing boost on the newer model, which you can source through distributors like Satoshi, is essential. It's especially crucial when you're initially downloading and verifying that massive 718GB Bitcoin blockchain, or if you ever plan on running those local AI models we talked about, since they really rely on fast memory speeds.
The leap from renting cloud space to actually owning your own server has truly never been easier, and the benefits to your privacy, your wallet, and your overall digital autonomy, they are just massive. Whether it's verifying your own Bitcoin transactions, safely hosting your family's memories, or running private AI, the power is literally sitting right there, just waiting for you to plug it in. So the real question isn't whether you can afford to run a home server, it's whether you can afford not to. I hope this explainer has sparked your curiosity, because it really leaves us with one final thought. Whose computer is your digital life living on right now?